After the toppling of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened a key ally, Cuba.
Well, it was on Sunday that President Trump asked Cuba to make a deal soon, in which he even pledged to cut off oil and money flowing to the island nation.
Now taking to his Truth Social, Trump said that for many years Cuba lived on large amounts of oil and money from Venezuela, and in return Cuba provided security services for the last two Venezuelan dictators, and that he will no longer allow it. He further suggested Cuba to make a deal before it is too late.
Trump, however, provided no details about what potential deal he referred to or what such an agreement would achieve. Trump's remarks come as U.S. intelligence has painted a grim picture of Cuba's economic and political situation. However, its assessments offer no clear support for Trump's prediction that last weekend's military action in nearby Venezuela leaves Cuba ready to fall.
Though the threatening post drew an angry retort from Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel, who said that no one would tell his country what to do. Miguel further said that Cuba does not attack but has been attacked by U.S. for 66 years and that it stands ready to defend the homeland to the last drop of blood.
Well, Cuba's Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez also weighed in to stress that Cuba is within its rights to import fuel from any willing exporter without interference or subordination to unilateral coercive measures of the United States. On the streets of Havana, Cubans seemed to dismiss the U.S. leader's latest bluster.
It is very unlikely that they touch Cuba. Impossible. I can assure you, Trump is not going to touch Cuba. He is not going to touch it. Besides, the Americans have always said that we Cubans are talkative. They have always said it. Notice that all the presidents say it, but they don't act.
He knows perfectly well that he has to find a solution because he can't just take over Cuba like that. And if he went down that route with Venezuela, it's because there were shady things going on. Cuba is Cuba and Venezuela. They're totally different. And yes, we will be quite affected, quite a lot.
Earlier, the U.S. President reposted a message that jokingly suggested U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is the child of Cuban immigrants, could also become the president of Cuba.
Well, it is known that U.S. Special Forces raid on Maduro and his wife left dozens of the ousted Venezuelan president's security personnel dead, many of whom were Cubans.
For decades, Washington has imposed economy-crippling sanctions on Cuba, but Trump has ramped up the pressure in recent days.
A Cold War-era U.S. trade embargo has clinched Cuba's economy beginning in 1962, and since 2000, Havana increasingly has relied on Venezuelan oil provided as part of a deal struck with Maduro's predecessor, the leftist Hugo Chavez.